What's going on with you, Eddie?
How we doing? It's good to see you. Been a long time.
Catch up with my old friend Eddie.
I know. I thought you'd retired. I saw you sneaking over there. I was like, shit.
How you doing, Eddie?
I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing good. Excited to be here. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's definitely a beautiful
obviously
day.
Excited to be working with Devin Haney.
Right.
He's a joy to work with, obviously because he's a star.
Right.
But also, I really like him. You know, I really like his work ethic. I think him and Bill have got this really unique father and son relationship where, you know, he doesn't sort of interfere, but obviously he helps, he guides him. And I really like it. I love working with him. I think he's a great example. I think he's a good ambassador for young kids as well, which is important. And I'm looking forward to seeing him in a proper test on Saturday, like the first real test for Devin Haney, to see it where he's at, because he's 20 years old.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So for all this, he's the new Floyd, he's Tank, he's Sugar Ray Leonard, he's this. We've got to see you progress through the gears. And they want me to make fights with Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, Luke Campbell. But at 20 years of age, that is a huge risk if you're not ready.
Right.
So this will give us a great indication to let us know where he's at.
Now, him being such a young fighter, and as a promoter, is it difficult? Like you just said, they want to make this fight, they want to make that fight. Is it difficult to wheel them in?
Do you know what? Like, the relationship we have with fighters is, as far as I'm concerned, I work for you, the fighter, right? So I work for Devin and Bill. That's how I see it. So whatever they tell me to do, I will do.
Right.
I will also give them my advice, and I believe they'll listen to my advice as well. And we'll work collectively as a team.
Right.
But if they say to me, no, we want this. I mean, they've been ordered to fight Abdullayev, the unbeaten Russian, in a final eliminator to fight the winner of Luke Campbell against Lomachenko. So if you take that fight, you're going to be fighting the winner of Lomachenko-Campbell.
Right.
You ready for that? Yeah, we're 100% ready for that. I'm like, sure. Like, because you don't reach your prime in those kind of weight divisions till 23, 24, 25. So you're going to be a much better fighter in 2 or 3 years than you are now.
Right.
But do you want to risk it now? Yeah, we do. Okay. I mean, it's exciting.
Right.
And fans, I think, should embrace that mentality. And I think it's great too. But that's why you need fights like this, because Moran is a good fighter. He went the distance with Pedraza. You know, he's well schooled. And if Devin was to struggle in this fight, or even not win this fight, we know he's not ready.
Right.
If he was to cruise through it, we know he probably is ready.
Right.
But I've never worked with a fighter so young who's got to this level so quickly.
Right.
You know, like the kids that we're representing now, 18, 19, 20, they're all just having their debuts.
Right.
This kid's had 21 fights.
Right.
So it's quite unique and quite special, and he's a special kid.
Now, speaking of which, there was rumors came out that said that DAZN is going to be up for sale.
I saw that.
And there's rumors.
That was on a forum, right?
Right.
Someone posted that. It was total rubbish. And the interesting thing is, Tank Davis posted it, and Errol Spence liked it. I mean, these are people. It's like, why are you hoping for DAZN's demise? Fighters should be begging for DAZN to work, because if it don't work, the same advisors that are telling you to post it are telling you, see, the money weren't even real, so I can go back to paying you this.
Right.
What those guys should be saying is, no, DAZN's going really well. You know what? They've improved their offer to me. So how much are you going to pay me? You know?
Right.
But they're just being told, oh, DAZN ain't going to work. Look at this. Look, we found this on this message board by some random fan. Like, so look at that. Look, I told you DAZN ain't got the money.
Right.
I'm like, you know, it's disappointing that I expect that from promoters.
Right.
I don't expect that from fighters.
Right.
Fighters should be hoping that this unbelievable boom in boxing continues, and the only way it continues is with competition from broadcasters. As soon as the broadcast money stops, the money goes down. So if you're a fighter out there, understand this. If DAZN stopped doing boxing, if ESPN stopped doing boxing, if Fox stopped doing boxing, if Showtime doing boxing, it will affect your money. Right. It will make your purses go down. So you better hope and pray that all these networks work. You better do your work for the sport as well. You better promote the sport, you better promote the fights on the network, and you better hope all these things work.
Right.
Because otherwise, you might be out of a job. I might be out of a job.
Right.
You might be out of a job.
Right.
So collectively, this is one of the really weird sports where people actually genuinely want things to fail. And I just don't understand it. And that goes for media. This is not about you, by the way, but this goes for media, this goes for fighters, this goes for promoters, for advisors from other networks. It's like they literally want things to fail. I don't understand it.
Right.
Why don't you just say, no, great, listen, Dazn, keep pumping the money in.
Right.
Drive subscribers on Dazn, keep them in boxing.
Right.
Because we're all going to make money and we're all going to have a great life. You know what I mean?
True. Now, speaking of which, there was a huge fight last weekend, and there's a huge fight next weekend.
Yeah.
Not saying that this is not a huge fight in the heavyweight division.
Mm-hmm.
What did you make of it? Did AJ watch the fight last week?
I thought he would have watched the fight. I didn't really talk to him about it too much. I texted him about it the next day. I thought Deontay was brilliant. You know, Deontay is box office. I mean, box office in the UK means pay-per-view.
Right.
But I don't really mean pay-per-view. I mean box office, as in Deontay is extremely exciting. Right? He's a great talker. He's a great self-publicist. He's very dangerous in the ring. And I love watching him fight because you just don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
And I thought his knockout was brilliant. I was a little bit disappointed with Dominic. Although he hurt him in the first round, you know, he did tag him. I think that Wilder did a job on him at the press conference and the weigh-in, and I think he done him mentally.
Right. And speaking of which, Anthony Joshua said that was the case with him and Dillian White.
Yeah.
I saw an interview. He said that, but the next time he'll still fight with his heart because it's personal, you know, between him and Dillian White. And I saw that you said that you was ecstatic that 1 week Joshua was the favorite, the next week Wilder's the favorite.
It's
Could
great.
you just speak
It's great
on that?
for the fight. I mean, you know, the fight is a 50-50 fight in terms of, you know, the public opinion, probably in terms of the odds. For me, I think Joshua's a favourite, but only a slight favourite because Wilder hits very hard. Wilder hits anyone with that right hand, they're in trouble, right?
Right.
So, but we know that he can get hurt quite easily, and we know he gets hit. But that's what's brilliant about Deontay to watch is he is so exciting.
Right.
So, I want that opinion. You know, because before that fight, it was AJ's a favourite. Now people go. I mean, even people were stopping me when I was in the UK last week, or this week, going, "Oh, when are you going to make Wilder Joshua?" And I'm like, "I'm trying." And they go, "God, he can punch though, can't he?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's because that's how you make a fight so big." And it is an absolutely monster fight.
Right.
Monster fight. It is the biggest fight in boxing by a mile. It is one of the biggest heavyweight fights of all time. George Foreman said this week it's the biggest heavyweight fight of all time. Financially, it might be. But that's the like we've gone all over the old stuff, haven't we? He said, she said, he said.
Right.
But now we're in a stage where Deontay's just won. Touch wood, wherever it is. AJ beats Ruiz next Saturday at the Garden. Then it's like it should just be so automatic that we all crack on and try and get this deal over the line. But even you who has seen this and given me this, like you must now see that. I'm not saying he don't want the fight, Deontay, because he does want the fight.
Well, he said it's not going to happen until 2020.
Yeah, but like, so I can't. What can we do? You know, and we got asked a question today on a conference call with AJ. It's like, would you be disappointed if you never got to fight Wilder or Fury? He went, I'd be devastated. Of course, because people are trying to stop him from getting the opportunity to fight Wilder. You know, it's not about, let's fight Ortiz and Konaki because they're better fights or you're going to make more money in those fights. It's just a case of, no, make them wait. And that's sad. That's really sad. Because don't worry about if your fighter loses, what it will do to your business. Like, if AJ lost against Wilder, would it be bad for MATCHROOM? Fucking really bad. Yeah? If Wilder lost, would it be bad for the PBC? Really bad. So what? Let's gamble. Let's roll the dice. Don't you want to have that one night where we all walk to the ring, we're all in there and we're all shitting ourselves, right? We're adrenaline, our hearts are racing. They come out, the bell goes for the first round, the world stands still to watch his fight. Don't you want to do that? Don't you want to be that guy who put that together? I do. Right. Even selfishly. You know, I want to be the saviour. I want to be, yes, Eddie's done it. He's given us the fight.
Right.
But I can't give that fight if, one, they don't want to meet and we know that, but when they're publicly saying, we want the fight, but we're going to box Ortiz and Konaki, and it's like, man, that's why I just think the public now have got to put so much pressure on all of us.
Now, where would AJ go from there? Because I saw
he'll have to fight his mandatories. You know,
we saw that Ortiz was saying that he would fight, for a bag of peanuts and a box of Cracker Jacks, and then
he got offered $7 million,
right?
Yeah.
And he turned it down. So. He kind of dropped the ball on that situation.
Yeah, I think he's been promised the Wilder fight for a long time. And I do think if he hadn't been promised the Wilder fight, he probably would have taken the AJ fight. I just hope he's getting $7 million for the AJ fight. See, Ortiz comes out and says, AJ's a much easier fight than Deontay Wilder. It's like, well, you just turned down $7 million to take the fight. It can't be that easy.
Right.
So
said that you guys
if we can't get Wilder.
He said you offered him the fight in December if you don't get Wilder. Is that true? Ortiz said that.
That I'll offer it in December.
Yeah,
he's fighting Wilder.
Well, he said that you guys offered him the fight in December if you guys don't get Deontay
Yeah,
Wilder.
we haven't made. I mean, the only official offer in writing we made to him was the 2 offers to fight on June the 1st at the Garden. I have said to his guys after, this is like a week ago, if you want, we'll do the fight in November, December with Ortiz. But we will also have mandatories. We'll have a WBO mandatory, then we'll have an IBF mandatory after that. But we can have a unification right now. This is why, like, next week, I think, if AJ wins at the Garden, literally, we all have to turn around and go, Deontay, like, please. Like, I mean, we're almost begging you to accept this fight. And that's soul-destroying. But I don't know what else to do.
Right.
And we just have to accept that it's hard to say he don't want the fight, because I don't believe that's true. But it's, you know, we just have to accept that that fight is not a fight that his team want.
Now, last question. What do you think about Jarrell Miller only getting a 6-month suspension?
Well,
AJ took the high road because he could have took the opportunity. Ironically enough, we saw Big Baby was saying that he was the one that's going to fight. But he took the high road and said that,
Do you know what?
He won't kick him out down. What's your thoughts?
AJ's mentality on that has been unbelievable. Like, he's actually quite a forgiving person. So he's like, look, that guy's fucked up so bad, he's messed his life up. So what's the point in booting him while he's on the floor? He doesn't mean that in terms of the length of the ban. He means that about how he feels towards him. If it was me, I would say that motherfucker has tried to cheat to do damage, physical damage to me. Because that's how I feel about it. You know, and I like Jarrell Miller. But he's let himself down. AJ said, look, you don't have to almost punish him because he's punished himself. That's AJ's mentality. It's very forgiving. The 6-month ban is just a ban. It's just from the ban from the WBA rankings and having a WBA fight. But he still has to get cleared, approved, and licensed from a commission. I would be very disappointed if a commission licensed him as quickly as that. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm sure one will.
Right.
But there has been nothing from Jarrell Miller to come out and say, okay, let me tell you what happened. I got mixed up with these people. They told me I should take this, I should take that. I wanted to win so bad, and I cheated. I'm really sorry.
Right.
But it's just, there's stuff about VADA you need to know about. It's like, mate, you failed 3 drugs tests for 3 different supplements. Oh, he needs to come out, and I think the only way you get forgiveness, or deserve forgiveness, is to come out and open yourself up and say, okay. Because I think that if you, regardless of the crime to a certain level, if you come out and accept your mistakes and apologise for your mistakes and try and be honest and say, this is what happened and this is why I did it and I was wrong, but please forgive me, you're much more likely to forgive someone. Someone comes up and says, no, actually what it was I had a bad elbow and I just stuck this jab in my arse and, thinned some blood and it was all good.
Right.
So that's what I want Jarrell to do. I want him to have an interview with one of you guys and say, no, this is what happened. This is what happened.
Right.
And don't lie about it. Just say, we don't know if Jarrell Miller's been cheating his whole pro career.
Right.
He's got a history. And to take what he took, do you just do that? Like in this camp, do you just turn around and go, right, I've got a world heavyweight title fight for fucking millions and millions of dollars,
right,
and I've signed up to VADA testing, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking performance enhancing drugs.
Right.
Does that make sense to you? I mean, it's just...
Yeah, it's hard to believe
But,
this.
right, again, I like Jarrell Miller. I've given him loads of opportunities. I desperately wanted him to be in the fight, but he couldn't help himself.
Yeah. Thanks, Eddie. I appreciate
All right, mate.
you.
Nice one.
All
Cheers,
right.
mate.